Okay, good. So let's continue with the next one. Please, number 6.
The number six, I chose letter B.
Very good. Excellent.
Okay, and it was because I we have a comma
Mhm,
and we need a subject and an action. That's why I
mhm.
chose that one.
Very good. Excellent. He's the only one who has subject and action. Letter A also have subject and action, but it's inverted,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
And also, well, what is the thing that is in the beginning? The name. What is this name? What is the name of this little stuff?
Is one more time a positive or
It's an
not? Yep.
appositive. Yes, that's right. And it's a real appositive because it's saying more about Weber, right?
Yep.
Weber, primarily a government contractor. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Very good. So yes, letter 6 is letter B. All right. Good. So let's go with number 7, please.
I have it incorrect, but yes, I chose letter B, but the correct
Uh-huh.
one is letter C.
All right. Good. All right. So this is the one that you correct after the second review, right?
Yep.
Okay. Good. So that's nice. Excellent. So explain it.
Yes, it's a noun clause subject. That's why we need to use what. That is the noun clause subject, and also the action happens.
All
It
right, yes,
was
very good. Okay, so we have a connector subject, what, and its action that is happens. You're right. And then what else? What else?
uh, okay. At the beginning, I thought that it was letter B because I thought it was a reduced clause, but actually no.
Okay. All right, yes. Okay, so we have because that is a connector, right?
Yep.
And that means that we have to
Okay.
have a comma, and the comma is here.
It's there. Hmm.
Okay, so that means that we have to have a subject and a verb. So subject projects
Project depends
depends
on
is the action. Then after the comma, we have to
the
have
city
another subject that is the
and
city
county
and county, and then
may
the
have.
action that is may have. Okay, and then we have another connector that is until, and then we will have to
Which
have a subject and verb.
yes.
Okay, so that means that this one on, it's a preposition, so we would have to have an object of a preposition. All right, so that's the thing that we need, object of the preposition on. So we know that a noun clause could be the subject, the object, or the object of a preposition. So that's why this one, all the clause is the object of the preposition in, on, sorry, the preposition on. So that
Mhm.
doesn't happen with letter D because we have a subject, so cannot be. Letter B cannot be because which is not a noun clause connector, which is an adjective clause connector, right?
Yep.
And that is the same. Well, that we have connector and also we have another subject, so it cannot be, all right? Remember what are the noun clause connector? Noun clause connectors.
What?
What? Which one? Oh, what else? What else? What? Who?
Which? Who in
Who?
which?
And that.
And that? Oh my god.
Yes, you want to check it out? Let's see. Because I don't, I I think that I'm confused, but no, I'm sure, but I'm sure that it's who, what, and that. Give me 1 second. Who, what, and that. No, this one, no.
The noun clause connector?
Yes, right? Yes or no? Non-class connector. Yes, who,
What?
what, and which. Oh, sorry. So who, what, which. Who, what, which, and their evers. Whoever, whatever, whichever. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who, what, which. So who, what, and which. Okay, so we don't have which in this exercise, I guess.
Only
All
one.
right, and second is this one. Okay, so which, it's a noun clause connector, yes, but we don't have verb happening. It's a noun, no. Or what is, okay, so you said that you choose letter B. Why cannot be letter B?
Because it's not a reduced clause.
It's not a reduced clause. Okay. Yes, very good. It's not a reduced clause. It cannot be a reduced clause because remember that it has to have after a noun.
Yep. Oh.
All right. So yes, very good. Excellent. All right. So happening is not an action. All right. It's an adjective. All right. Good. Let's go with letter A, number 8. Sorry.
Okay, that one is, I don't know why, only one word that I don't know. The letter 8, I chose letter C, and the correct one is letter D, but they are very similar.
Okay.
The
Let's.
only thing is that we don't have the word the.
Uh-huh.
And I wrote that maybe is the letter D because it's more specific, maybe? I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, remember that superlatives, they have to have the article. So to make a superlative, we have to have an article, like
That's right.
always.
Oh my God. That's right. Super.
Like for example, you're gonna say you are the biggest, or you are
Yeah.
the smartest. You are the
Yeah.
most difficult. This is the most difficult subject ever. Okay, but we have to have the article in the superlatives. It's very important to have the article. So yes, letter C and letter D, they are very similar, but that's the difference, the article.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So let's see where it's a
Some.
connector,
Yep.
and we have to have a comma. So where's the comma? No, right? Or yes?
At no. At the only city. Come on, never.
No,
But
it's
no.
this one. Oh my gosh. So okay. So why letter D?
That's a good question. Okay, we're talking about the study.
Where?
That's right. Definitive study. A Western
So where the most
appears is the
definitive?
action
Where?
because where in this case is a
Okay. Where is the? Oh my gosh. Where is the? It's a connector.
or is a
Yes, right, it's a
reduce.
connector. So the most definitive study is the subject of a Western. Let's see, this is a prepositional phrase from my commentary. Okay,
There
appears
is
to
the action.
have, this is the action. Okay, yes, this is the action appears. So this is the action to the study. The study appears. So let's imagine that this doesn't exist. Where the most definitive study appears to have been done. Okay, all right. So we have appears to have been done. Okay, so this is not a verb. The verb is here is. Okay, appears to have been done is in. Oh my gosh, this is kind of strange. Okay, I don't know. So what do you think?
Actually, I'm not sure, but
Okay, where the most definitive study of a Western hard rock mining community cemetery appears to. I think that we lack a comma. I don't know. It's in Silver City, Nevada. No, so this is a comma, but it's about Silver City. It's an apposite. I don't know. Appears to have been done is where the most. I don't know. So where it's a connector for sure. Or it could be a WH question, but we don't have like inverted subject,
could be a
right?
noun clause connector or no.
It's no, because it's just who, what, and which, right? Who,
Well,
what,
I
and
have
which.
noun clause connector. I have what, when, where, why, how.
Yes,
Whether if that.
yes, you're right. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. Yes, it's a noun clause connector.
Yep.
Yes, you're right. So that means that this is the subject. That's why we don't need a comma. So imagine from here, from the where to all here to done is the subject. It's a noun subject. It's a noun clause subject. It's a noun clause, sorry, and the connector is where. Oh my gosh! So this is a very good example of a Russian doll.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good. So yes, you're right. Thank you.
Yep. But
Let's go with number 9.
but I forgot about superlatives, but yes, now I got it. Okay, and then number 9, I have it incorrect one more time.
Okay.
And I don't know. Yes, I have questions about this one also. I chose the letter C, but the correct one is letter A.
Yes. Okay.
But
All right. So let's analyze it. Okay. One, it's a subject. Okay. It's a noun.
of the
Then we
area,
have of the
the
areas, it's a prepositional phrase. Of multimedia,
multimedia,
it's a prepositional phrase.
that
So we have
connector,
here a subject, and then we are going to have a connector that is that.
and verb is growing.
And then we are going to have is, that is the subject of that, right?
The subject.
So this is the subject, this is the connector, this is the verb of that. And growing, well, it's part of the verb, is growing, it's part of the verb that from the adjective clause. Quickly, okay, so we have
Um,
subject, and then we have here,
as
okay,
an
we have
action.
here a verb, it's is sound. So is the verb, one is the subject, right? So we don't need subject or we don't need verbs. So that means that letter B cannot be because it's a verb. So we don't need subjects or verbs. Okay, we don't need because it's complete. Okay. Okay, one of the areas of multimedia is sound. So imagine that this clause doesn't exist. That is growing quickly. So one of the area of multimedia is sound. Okay, this is the subject, this is the verb. Okay, so we don't need anything. Okay, we don't need anything, it's complete. Okay, so that's why letter B cannot be, because we have verb and we don't need a verb. Okay, why? Okay, let's go with letter C. Letter C cannot be because we have subject and verb. And yes, it's another clause, but we need a connector. So cannot be because we need a connector if we choose that. Do you understand it?
A little bit. Okay,
All right.
that one, the letter C, I know that. Yes, we have the it and we have double subject. But I'm not sure. I was
No, no,
confused
we don't have double
because.
subject. Okay, so imagine, okay, I am going to write it here.
But.
One is the subject, okay? One
Uh-huh.
is the subject and the verb is, okay? And the verb of the main clause is. Subject, verb. So
But.
this clause is complete. It's complete. We don't need anything. But if we choose letter C, we would have subject and verb. All right, yes, but we need a connector to connect the two clauses, and we don't have it.
Okay.
Okay, so that's why letter C cannot be. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Next, the letter D cannot be. Why? This is the strange one. Why?
Because.
Because what? Because what? Let's see. Okay, let's see. That is a connector. Yes, it's an adjective clause connector, and the verb is easily overlooked. Okay, this is the verb. It would be right, yes, but it's an adjective clause connector subject. And remember, an adjective clause connector subject has to have, or they have to be after a noun. And quickly is not a noun, it's an adverb. All right. So that's why letter D cannot be, because it's after the adverb quickly. Then letter A can be because we have a connector that is yet, it's an adverb connector, and we have a verb that is, and is overlooked. Okay, it's easily overlooked. But we don't have a subject. Well, that means that is reduced. Okay,
Oh.
so the complete one would be that yet it is easily No, no, because we are going to omit the verb to be, right? Jet is easily overlooked. Is sound. Okay.
Mhm.
The complete one would be jet is easily, okay, jet, what is jet?
I have that is a coordinate connector, but I'm not
Ah,
sure.
yes, it's a
But for
coordinate connector.
but for that, I think we need also a subject, right? Subject verb comma.
Yes, yes, we need a comma,
The
and
coordinate
then we
connector
have the
subject verb.
connector, and then the subject. Jet, okay, that is growing quickly. Jet is easily overlooked. That is growing quickly. Jet is easily, okay, that is growing quickly. Jet easily overlooked. Jet is a connector, is sound, okay, and we don't have comma and anything.
No, we don't have comma.
Oh, that's very strange. That's very, very strange. Oh my gosh, today we're very, today the exercise were kind of hard.
Yeah.
That is growing quickly. Jet is easily overlooked. Is sound. Okay, that is growing quickly. Jet. Okay, this one it's a coordinate connector, but also it's a, how do you say? It's a conjunction. Okay,
Okay.
it's a conjunction. So we are going to, okay, so I think that we have seen conjunctions or no?
Nope.
No. Okay, so
No.
for example, and is a conjunction that is going to join two of the same structures.
Hmm.
Like for example, I like chocolate, chocolate and strawberry. So this is a conjunction because it's joining two of the same structures. That is that this structure is noun. Chocolate noun, strawberry is noun. Okay.
Yeah.
So the same with jet. Jet is another conjunction. Okay. So we are going to have two of the same structures, jet and here. Okay. All right. So let's see. That is growing quickly. Jet that is growing quickly yet is easily overlooked. Okay, this is the thing that I don't know. I'm not sure about it. Oh my gosh, it's kind of hard, this one.
Yeah, that's why I didn't know how to explain that one.
Yeah, that's the problem that we have to explain it like always because if we don't explain it, we cannot know why is the correct one. Give me 1 second. Give me just one little second, please. I need to find out this one.
Yes.
Parallel structure. Okay, yes. This is parallel structure 200, 200. Give me 1 second. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay. No, it's not a coordinate conjunction. Sorry, it's not a conjunction. So forget about what I said.
Okay.
Okay. No, jet. What is jet? Jet. Okay, what is jet? Jet. It's not a connector. Are you sure? Yes, I think
Well,
it's a connector too.
in my list,
No?
different words I think that will work. I only have it in coordinate connector.
Are you sure?
As long before, as soon as, by the time was, since, until, when, whenever, while, as, because, now, then, in as much as. Mm, here, no, even though there
Okay,
was
jet coordinate connector, but it has to have after the comma. So, comma, jet. I think that the book lacks a comma. I don't know because we don't have a subject. Okay, no, sorry. Jet. Okay, jet. Yes, we don't have jet as a connector.
no.
You're right. Okay, so maybe, give me 1 second. Maybe it's a, maybe. Oh my gosh. Shit. No, it's not a place or time expression either. Oh my gosh. All right, this is kind of confusing. Oh my gosh. All right. To be honest, I don't know why. Okay,
Yeah,
let's
me
see.
too.
Okay, well, that is jet is easily overlooked. Jet. And is the correct one? Yes, is the correct one.
Hmm.
Kind of strange. One of theirs that is growing quickly, that is growing quickly. Yeah, I think that is a conjunction, but I don't know why I don't have it here. Yes, I have it here in the dictionary that jet is a conjunction. Okay, so I am going to look it up on the dictionary. Give me 1 second. Because if it's a conjunction, that would have a little bit more sense to me. So jet. Jet, it's an adverb. Yes, it's an adverb. Yeah, and also it's a conjunction.
Mm.
Yes. But I want to know the jet conjunction example.
Structure.
Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see examples. What is an example of, okay, give me 1 second. Let's go here. I have yet to spend. No, this is an adverb conjunction here. Okay. Aha, this is the answer. Yes, for sure. I knew it.
It's a conjunction, so
And
yes.
so, yes, it's a conjunction, like I said, because I said that it was a conjunction, then I said that it was not a
That
conjunction.
no. Yes.
Yes, I knew that it was a conjunction. So let's look this example as a conjunction, connecting two words, phrases, all clauses. Okay.
Hmm.
So let's see. The weather was cold, yet bright and sunny. If you notice, jet is joining bright and cold and
Ah, okay.
also
Hmm.
sunny. Well, here and is the
Ah,
same,
well, we
right?
had an yeah.
So this is a conjunction because it's joining two of the same structures, in this case, adjectives, okay? But it can join words, phrases, or clauses. So this is the answer. Jet, in this case, is a conjunction, all right? And it's joining clauses, okay? It's joining clauses that is growing quickly and is easily
Easily. Hmm.
overlooked, okay? So it's joining two clauses. And it's very strange because after jet, we don't have a subject and we don't have the comma, so it can be confused as a coordinate connector. But in this case, it's a conjunction. So the subject of all the clause is that. This is the subject of is growing quickly, and also is the subject of is easily overlooked. So imagine, for example, I am going to try to make it. I think that is not correct, but it is like an educational purpose. So for example, that is growing quickly, yet that is easily overlooked. So this is jet is not the subject, of course, is a conjunction, but imagine that this is the subject of the first one and this is the subject of the second one. But we
Okay.
are not going to use that because that is the subject of all the clause. Do you understand it?
Hmm.
All right. So that's why we are not going to use a subject after jet, and
Okay.
it's
Yeah.
a conjunction that is joining two clauses. Is growing quickly, is easily overlooked. And if you notice, let's make an analysis of this because this is very interesting, very interesting. So we have that is a subject, connector subject, right? Then we have is, that is the verb to be.
Hmm.
Then we are going to have growing. What is growing?
It's not the same with the action. Is growing.
Is growing, okay. Let's see, growing. It could be the action, but also is an adjective. And I think that in this case is an adjective, okay? So let's say this is an adjective. And then we have quickly. What is quickly?
An adverb.
An adverb. Yes, for sure, it's an adverb. Quickly, adverb. Okay, so it's an adverb. Let's see, we have the same structure in the second clause after the conjunction that is jet, okay? Jet is the conjunction that is going to join Is, that is the verb to be. We have the same one. We have is. Oh my gosh. I am going to put it here to make it like a little bit more. Oh my gosh, I can't. Okay, is here. Okay, is the same. Then we have easily. Let's see if easily. What is easily? You know what is easily?
It's an adverb also.
Easily, it's an adverb. Yes, it's an adverb. Okay, so this is strange because we don't have an adverb, an adjective, sorry. And then we have overlook, that is
But
an adjective.
it has
Okay,
an adjective, but it's the same, but it's not in the same
order.
order, right?
Yes, you're right. Overlook is an adverb. Yes, yeah, sorry, an adjective. So
Mhm.
it's the same, like you said, it's the same, but it's not in the same order. But it's joining two of the same structure, if you want to say like that.
Mm,
Okay, so it's
mhm.
correct. Grammatical is correct. It's strange,
Yep.
super strange, but it's correct. Okay, sorry about the large explanation, but I
No,
think
it's
it's
okay.
very, very interesting, this one. Very, very interesting. Okay, so let's go with the last one, please.
Okay, the last one I have the letter D. The last one.
Letter D.
Although well intended.
Yes, very good. Okay.
Wait. Okay, because we have a comma,
Uh-huh.
and I think it's a reduced
Yes,
clause,
it's a
right?
reduced clause.
We don't
Very
have an
good.
action.
Very
Which one
good.
can we?
Excellent. So what is the complete one?
That's a good question.
So how do
Although,
you know that is a, how do you know, Asa, that is a reduced clause?
because we don't have I know, yes, we have the
Yes.
subject at the end
No,
that is had
no, no, no.
appeared.
We don't have a subject. You're right.
Not the action, yes, I mean that it's had appeared. Or no, let me see.
Um,
Coupling with verb plus
okay, so
expression.
the thing that we know that is a reduced one is because we have a connector. Also, it's a connector.
Mm-hmm.
So we need a subject and a verb. Okay. So letter D, we don't have a subject of a verb, but we have an adjective that is well intended. So that means that the complete one, it would be that it is well intended. Oh, they are, because we are talking about the approaches, right?
Approaches.
Although they are well intended, comma, early approaches for coping with workplace stress dealt with the problem only after its symptoms had appeared. Okay, so this is the complete one. So imagine that we have all these clause here at the beginning. And the reduced one is without the they and they are, and they are. Okay,
Yep.
so let's just analyze very quickly the other one. Early approaches is the subject, right?
For copying, yes, it's a
Okay,
prepositional phrase.
build is the verb,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and then only
Prepositional
after
phrases.
is the connector. It's
Okay.
another connector, and its symbols, symptoms is the subject, and had
Had
appear
appeared the.
is the action, right?
Mm-hmm.
And all the other stuff is just prepositional phrases with workplace stress, with the problem, only after, connector,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. All right.
Yes,
Okay, so why couldn't be letter B?
because we have the action and the subject in the sentence. And if
But it
wait,
cannot be the complete one.
no, because we are talking about plural.
Yes,
No?
very good. Very good. Excellent. And the other ones, we don't have subject, we don't have verbs, and the letter D is not an ED, so that means that this is the verb, and it can be like this, right?
Mhm.
All right, very good, excellent. So let's continue with the next topic. That is, we have seen this one, it's very easy, and we are going to see this one, letter 16, number 16, sorry, invert the subject and verbs with place expressions. So in English, when you start a sentence with place expressions, when you start a sentence with place expressions, sometimes you're going to invert the order of the verb and the action and the subject, okay?
Mhm.
So these place expressions would be these ones, here, there, and nowhere, or other prepositional phrase that it starts in the with the sentence, but it's a place prepositional sentence. So for example, in this one we have here is a place expression, and here we are going to invert the subject and the verb. Here is the verb, sorry, and the book is the subject. And in the second one, are is the verb, the kiss is the subject, have is the verb, I is the subject, and seen is part of the present perfect sentence, that is have seen, right? But now, well, not just or only when we start with place expressions, here, there, and nowhere. Also, when we have prepositional phrases that it starts the sentence around, in, beyond, and they have to be place prepositional places in the closest, around the corner, beyond the mountains. Okay, this is a place, closet, corner, mountains, these are places. Okay, in these cases we are also going to invert the verb and the subject. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so you remember that. Now they're here, and prepositional place sentences. Sorry, prepositional, yes, prepositional prepositional phrases or sentences, but about place. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
just about place. All right. Okay, this is very important also. It is important and a bit difficult to understand that the subject and the verb will invert after place expressions at the beginning of the sentence only when the place expression is necessary to complete the sentence. And this is the important one, only when they are necessary, only when they are necessary to complete the sentence. So let's see the example. In the forest are many exotic birds. Okay, so this is very important, or it's necessary to express the existence of exotic birds are only in the forest. Okay, and in the second one, it's not necessary to make the meaning, right? Because I can walk everywhere. I walked for many hours. So in this case, we are not going to invert it. Okay, because in the forest is just extra information. But only in the forest you are going to find exotic birds. And in this case, we are going to invert it. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's it. Remember, we are going to invert subject verbs after place expressions at the beginning of the sentence. Okay, so invert the subject and verbs with expression when a place expression at the front of the sentence is necessary to complete the sentence. The subject and verb that follow are inverted. In the classroom were some old desks. This is necessary to know where are these old desks in the classroom. It's necessary to know this. It's necessary. So it's like, yes, it's a must to know where these old desks are or where. And in the second one, where a place expression at the front of the sentence contains extra information that is not needed to complete the sentence, the subject and the verb that follow are not inverted. In the classroom, this is an appositive. In the classroom, comma, I studied very hard. Okay, so this is not inverted. So when it's necessary, invert. When it's not necessary, don't invert. Okay, except the place expressions. These ones, yes, you are always going to invert. Here, there, and nowhere. Well, it's necessary to know that, actually. All right. So let's go with the exercise 16. Each of the following sentences contains expression of place at the beginning of the sentence. Circle the expression of place, sorry. Look at the clauses that immediately follow the place expression and underline the subject once and the verb twice. Then indicate if the sentences are correct or incorrect. So number one, in the front of the house were some giant trees. Okay, so I am going to start the sentence with a place expression or with a place prepositional phrase in front of. This is the preposition, the house, the object of the preposition in front of, and it's a place because we are talking about a house. So that means that it could be inverted only if it's necessary. So where some giant trees, imagine that this doesn't exist in front of the house. Where some giant trees or some giant trees were, it could be like the normal sentence without the inversion. I am going to write it. Some giant trees were.
Hmm.
Aha, but it doesn't mean it's necessary to know where, it's necessary to know in what place because this is incomplete. So that's why we are going to put in front of the, right? In front of the house. So with this one, now we know that it's necessary to have the prepositional phrase in front of the house to make meaning, you know? All right, so that's why if you start the sentence with this one in front of the house, you are going to invert the subject and the verb. Were some giant trees. Okay, so that's why it's correct. All right, the second one. There, a big house is on the corner. Well, this is very easy because we are starting with there, that is a place expression. So
Hmm.
when we start, we have to invert the subject and the verb. That's why it's incorrect. The correct one would be, there is a big house on the corner. And that's it. Okay? So now it's your turn, Asa. Number 3. Remember,
I
it has
will.
to be, it has to be necessary.
I will try. Okay. We start with in the cave. Oh,
Uh-huh. Very good.
okay. We have the action that is was a vast treasure of gems and jewels. That's right.
Jewels?
Jewels. Okay.
Yes, jewels.
Okay. Okay, we start with in. So it's about a place, yes.
Yes,
So we need to invert
very good.
first
It
the
is
verb and
necessary.
the subject. The verb and the subject is this one, a vase of treasure, right?
Yes, yes. So it's necessary in the cave to make meaning on the sentence.
I think yes.
Yes, very good. Yes, exact.
So I
So
think it's correct.
very good. Is correct. Excellent. Correct. Let's go with number 4.
To the north stream that is okay, here's the action. So no, we have one more thing here. We'll have to cross.
Well, yes, yes, yes. Good. Subjects. Where are the subjects?
The stream is a subject.
Yes.
We have a connector here.
Yes,
That
we have a connector. Very good.
okay. And the subject in this one is the settles. I don't know what is
Yes.
that, but okay.
Give me one
So the
second.
no,
Los habitantes. Give me
we
one
have to
second.
cross. Mm.
Settlers. Los colonos.
Okay. Okay. Um, to the north. I think it's incorrect
Uh-huh.
because we invert. We are going
Uh-huh.
to
We
invert
have to
here.
invert. We need to invert.
The
That's
to the
right.
north
Very
is
good.
the stream that. Also, this one in the second one we need to invert or only the
No, no,
first
no.
one.
No, it's just in the first one. Just
Okay.
in the first one.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, just remember softly after the prepositional phrase,
Okay.
after the place expression or prepositional place expression.
Okay. Okay. So yes.
Very
The
good. Let's
next
go
one we
with
have
number 5.
around the corner here we have the preposition. Yep.
Yes, very good.
Then we have the action are the offices. Here we have the action subject. Okay, it's inverted. That is a connector.
Yes,
You is a subject. Are trying is the action. Yep.
very good.
I think it's correct.
Excellent, correct.
Yep. Then one more time at the Italian restaurant is all of this maybe. We have the
Mhm.
action. We have the food. The subject. It's basic for my taste. Yeah, whatever. Mm. I think it's also correct. We have inverted, right?
Okay,
They
so, all right.
specify the Italian restaurant? No.
Okay, so the first step is to know if we start with the PlayStation.
At the Italian
Place,
restaurant.
exactly, that's right. Place expression, okay, at the beginning. Okay, homage, beginning. Okay, so the second one is to know if this place expression is necessary. So is necessary to have meaning. So imagine that it doesn't exist. It has meaning.
Like the food was too spicy for my taste.
Exactly. So it makes a complete idea.
Maybe because they are talking about a specific food that is at the Italian restaurant. That is Italian the food.
I don't know. I think that it doesn't, it's just extra information. What do you think is
Okay.
necessary or just extra info? Well, in my opinion, it's just extra information
Okay, could
because
be.
the food was, well, the food can be spicy in a lot of places, but this is the meaning of the sentence. So the sense or the meaning or the objective of the goal of the sentence is just to say that the food is spicy, and that's it. It doesn't matter where, because that is just extra information. It's very different that, for example, in number one,
Hmm.
some giant trees were, yes, but I mean, where just some giant trees were, but where they are, where they were in front of the house. This is necessary to have meaning. Or for example, number three, the treasure of James and jewels was,
Hmm.
yes, but was where was in the cave is necessary.
Okay.
Okay. Or number five is the same. The offices are, this is the complete clause. The offices are, yes, but where? Around the corner. Okay. The food was at the Italian restaurant. This is not like the complete sentence. Was the food too spicy? Yes, this is the complete idea. So the
Hmm.
Italian restaurant is just extra information. You understand?
Yep.
Okay, so I am going to make another one. So here, the stream is, because this one that the sellers will have to cross is another phrase. So we are not going to put it. This is the dependent clause.
Hmm.
So let's say that this doesn't exist. Okay. So the stream is, if we eliminate this, it doesn't have any sense.
Yep.
So this is necessary to have meaning. Do you understand? Okay, this number three, in the cave was a treasure of James and jewels. Okay, of James and jewels is just a prepositional phrase. Okay, so let's say that it doesn't exist. A vast treasure was, a vast treasure
Hmm.
was, but it doesn't have any sense if you don't say in the cave. Okay,
Yes.
number four is the same. Let's go with number five. That you are trying to find is another clause, is the dependent clause, so we are going to omit it. So let's say that this doesn't exist. The offices are,
Yes.
so it doesn't have any sense, right? So we need this one. So let's go with number six. Okay, so let's see. This one is just a prepositional phrase for my test, so we are going to eliminate, and we are going to eliminate this one. The food was too spicy.
Yes,
So
complete the
it's
idea.
complete, exactly. It's the complete
Yep.
idea. Do you understand?
Okay. Yep.
All right. So that one is just extra information.
Okay.
So the
Exactly.
order is going to be at the Italian restaurant, the food was too spicy for my taste. And
Hmm.
that's it. Okay?
So it's incorrect because it's not necessary.
Exactly. It's incorrect because it's not necessary. That's right.
Okay. Number seven, nowhere. Is all of this nowhere in the world?
Yeah, very good.
Farmers is the subject, kangaroo is the action, socialist is food. Let me check. Okay, nowhere. It's incorrect
Yes, very
because we
good.
need to put here at the beginning, right?
Yes, exactly. That's right. Very good.
Yep.
Excellent. Let's go with number 8.
In the backyard. And then the subject is the two trees. And here we have the action that need to be. Uh,
Connector.
yes, is that.
Yes.
And the action needs
Meat.
to,
Yes.
to be.
Very good. Excellent.
Mm. Um, okay, let's check. It's two, three. I think it's incorrect because we
Very
need to put
good.
at the beginning here.
Yes, excellent. Very
In the
good.
backyard are the two trees.
Excellent. Very good.
I get a little bit lost about this part. I know that it doesn't matter, but we don't need a subject and a verb in this part. The
But
verb
it's a
just needs to
connector
be.
subject.
Ah,
Remember,
that's right.
that is a connector subject.
Yep, you are correct. That's right. Okay, yes.
Okay.
So yes. Okay, the number nine we have around. Around the recreation howling down the path. Okay, is all of this? And here we are talking about the path. The action is art. The tense. We have a connector, subject, action. Sweet. Okay. Around the recreation howling down. I think it's incorrect or no because we are talking about the path and the path is singular or no? Then we have R or no? Ah, what happened?